Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' and in this video I wanted to address a question I often receive, and it's regarding our alcohol markers, the Stampin' blends. Now the question is, Lisa, what colors do I start with? I can't get them all at one time, but I want to start building my collection. Well, I can just tell you what I did when I first started collecting these wonderful markers to color with. First of all and foremost, you will need the correct ink to use to stamp your images that you're going to color, and that's our Memento Tuxedo Black ink, okay? And so once you have that, you'll be able to stamp your images. You can also emboss images that you want to color. The ink won't smear then with whatever color you use, but for most of the time I use the Memento Black. Now for coloring, you think about what you might be coloring, and for me it was like nature scenes, probably with trees and leaves and flowers. So I started with that in mind, and so I would get a brown shade, which I got crumb cake first, and we have the light and the dark in each color that we offer, okay, except for the skin tones. That's a different thing. But for our core colors, we have the light and the dark, and so there's crumb cake you could use for brown. And then I started with Old Olive, light and dark, for my green, okay. Then I went with a yellow, so I got light and dark Daffodil Delight. Then you need a blue, and I have light and dark Pool Party, which is a beautiful blue. And we have some dark blues, but what I would tell you is if you had to choose between a light and dark of color of a shade, I would go lighter to start with, and then you can add to your collection, okay? And then I chose a color that I could use for flowers. And so at the time, it was close to the holidays, so I chose Cherry Cobbler, light and dark. But say you're ordering in the springtime, you might want to go a little bit lighter, like Calypso Coral, okay? Or you could even go with the light and dark of Real Red, okay? So then, from there, you can add to your collection. But this would give you a good start to color. Now, you say, Lisa, I can only get one, either the light or dark of each color. My suggestion is to go with the light, okay? You can always shade and go back over it to make it a little darker. But then add to your collection and pull that dark in so you'll have that option for shading. Now, after that being said, the next color I would add would be Smoky Slate. It's a good base color. Can be used where if you don't, we have the basic black marker, but if you find that's too dark for what you want, try this gray tone, which is the Smoky Slate. And then we have our skin tones, Ivory and Bronze, and that would be what I would add next, as well as the white marker, which kind of seems to have escaped me, which is the Color Lifter. Okay, it's white and it just picks up the color if you make an error, if you're trying to lighten a shade of color that you've put down. Okay, I hope this all makes sense to you and it's helpful. You don't have to have all the colors to start with. Start with a few, get used to them, add to your collection, and you will love coloring with our Stampin' blends. I'll have the list of my suggestions here below the video on YouTube, or if you're watching this on InkandInspirations.com, you can find it there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if there's a question I can answer for you, email me at lisa@InkandInspirations.com, and I'll answer those paper crafting and rubber stamping questions and record a video. Okay, take care everyone. Bye-bye.